Hey y'all, welcome to the Balanced Millennial Monday. Another Monday with Key. And we are going to be talking about how it feels when you are feeling like you are alone on your journey and it feels like no one else in your circle, in your space can relate. I'm about to get TikTok up. And then we are going to get started. Give it one moment while TikTok is loading. Make sure, okay. Make sure YouTube is up because me and YouTube always end up being the one with beef. I don't know if I take, so I don't like the glare, but I also don't like not being able to see. All right, let's get into it for this Balanced Millennium Monday. So today we're going to talk about what that lonely feeling that you keep having because you are leveling up, but the people around you are not. The people around you are still stagnant. The people around you are still doing the same things that y'all have been doing for years and years and years. The people around you are still in the same cycles. And sometimes you feel bad because you can clearly see that they're in these repetitive cycles and in these same cycles, and you can feel and see that you're coming out of them, and you can tell that y'all are not relating anymore. You can tell that y'all don't have the same interest anymore. Oh, okay, I'm like, you can tell that y'all are not on the same frequency anymore. You're not on the same wavelength anymore. And that can start feeling lonely, especially when you are making sure that you're choosing yourself and not choosing friendships and relationships and jobs and all these other things over, yourself. Let me make sure my mic is on because it was not on last time. So yeah, if you are experiencing that right now, this live is definitely going to be for you because we're going to talk about some of those challenges and we're going to talk about ways to keep moving forward anyway, because a lot of times when you are going through that phase and that period of feeling lonely because you are not able to relate to the people around you anymore, you do start backpedaling, you start backtracking. You start going back into old habits that you no longer want. You start going back into old behaviors that you've released because that's where your commonality is with this group of people. That's where y'all are the same, and you are having a struggle with accepting that y'all are no longer the same anymore. And so what ends up happening is that you keep doing behaviors that you said you're not going to do anymore. You said that you was done smoking 3 months ago. You said that you was done partying and clubbing 4 months ago. You said that you was done gossiping 3 conversations ago. You keep saying that you're done with these habits. You keep saying that you're done with these behaviors, but you're not done with these habits and you're not done with these behaviors because you're still engaging with people who enjoy doing it. You're still engaged with people who enjoy doing it. And you don't set up and you're not setting boundaries with these people. Because a big part of this conversation is accepting that you're not going to change these people. You're not going to change these people. You are not going to change these people. Stop being Captain Save a Hole. Take that cape off. Take the cape off. You are not going to change these people. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that you only thing that you can control is your own actions. And so you can say all day long, well, oh, I don't gossip, but every time someone so called my phone, she got something negative to say. When was the last time you told them to stop calling your phone and telling you that? When was the last time you set a boundary and said, I'm no longer engaging in that. Don't call my phone with that mess. Don't message me with that mess. I don't engage in that. I don't watch videos like real life videos like murder and killing and gun violence. I don't watch videos like that. I had a friend send me a video like that, and you just see someone get killed in the middle of the street. I told him straight up, I don't watch stuff like that, so don't send me that. I don't watch stuff like that. So it's like when you start becoming more firm in the fact that you're different from other people, when you start feeling proud of the fact that you're different from other people, when you start feeling like it's valuable for you to be different from other people, that's when it's going to be easier for you to set firm boundaries. That's when it's going to be easier for you to say what you mean and mean what you say. Because it's easy to say, "Oh, I'm not gossiping." But then as soon as somebody got some good gossip, you over there running your mouth. Don't know, not now fact, but you running your mouth. You can't stop these behaviors, and you cannot continue to level up in your journey, and you cannot continue to grow in your journey until you accept the fact that you can't control them. And you have to set boundaries around what you say you want in your life. It doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter how they respond, it doesn't matter how they behave. You have to set the firm boundaries, because once you set the firm boundaries, they don't have no choice but to stop doing it, because people that are functioning in low vibrations and low frequencies and low and high negativity, people who are functioning in those spaces don't want to hear about all that positive shit you got going on. They don't want to hear about all your positive growth. They don't want to hear about the transformation that you're experiencing. They want you to go, they want you to come over here and talk about Kiki with them. They want you to come over here and say and tell what old girl told you on the phone yesterday, because they don't care about your growth. You have to be the one that cares about your growth the most in order for you to keep leveling up, even though these people around you are not ready to make the changes. They're not really ready to make the transformation. It doesn't matter that they're not ready. What matters is if you are ready. Because if you're ready, you're going to set the boundaries. If you're ready, you're going to do it scared. If you're ready, you're going to change the way you engage with these people. Maybe y'all don't talk as much anymore. Maybe y'all aren't on the phone as much. Maybe y'all aren't hanging out as much because y'all don't have things in common anymore. And that's okay. That's natural. That's normal. A lot of times you're holding so tight to that circle that you've been around for 5, 10, 15, 20 years that it's hard for you to accept that y'all are no longer aligned. And people don't have to not be aligned forever. This could be a season of misalignment. This could be a year of misalignment. Y'all could be out of alignment for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And then something happens. Y'all end up hanging out or being at the same event or running into each other or something of that nature. And then you're like, oh, I see you've been doing some work. Like, we have more things in common now. But in this present moment, when y'all don't have those things in common, that's okay. Let that flow. Let that go away. Let that be an example of what you no longer want in your life, what you no longer want to do in your life. Because what happens is when you try to force those relationships, when you try to make those relationships work, knowing good and damn well you have outgrown those relationships, you have outgrown those spaces. When you try to make them work, you start building resentment. You start building resentment, and now you mad at these folks. You mad at these people for doing the same thing they've been doing y'all entire friendship. Well, really, you should be mad at yourself because you know you're not interested in that no more. You know that's not a part of your life no more. You know that you are not interested in gossiping. You're not interested in smoking. You're not interested in drinking. You're not interested in meaningless conversation. You know you want deeper relationships. You know you want deeper connections. You know you want safe spaces. You want spaces where you can be vulnerable. You want spaces where you can trust the people around you. And in order to create those spaces, you have to be okay with the solitude. You have to be okay with the solitude. Seasons of solitude can last a long time. It can last a long time. But when you have faith in the process and when you trust that the people that are for you will be aligned with you, it's okay to just wait. It's okay to just wait. It's okay to have those seasons of solitude so that way you can actually level up in the ways that you want to level up. If you're still hanging out with the same people, doing the same things, having the same conversations, you're going to be doing that over and over and over again. That's going to be your cycle for the rest of your life. That's going to be the cycle you pass down to your kids. That's going to be the cycle your kids pass down to their kids. And that's going to be your generational cycle. So you have to start deciding what you want your generational cycle to be. What do you want your generational cycle to be? Do you want your kids to be consistently having a hard time with friendships because you have a hard time with friendships? Do you want your kids to be having a hard time with romantic relationships because you keep having a hard time with romantic relationships? You have to ask yourself, what do you want your generational cycles to be? Because they start with you. They start with you. They didn't start with your great grandma. They start with you because you're right here in the present. Hey, Erica, you're right here in the present. So when you're not feeling connected to these people around you anymore, when you're not feeling aligned, take it as a thing because that lets you know that you are growing. That lets you know that you are not staying in the same place. That lets you know you're not stagnant. That lets you know that you are doing the work. And if the people around you are doing the work too, then y'all will still be aligned. Y'all will still be aligned. But because these people around you are not doing the work, it's just you. You on this island by yourself. And it feels lonely. It feels a little depressing, probably. It feels like it's never going to end. It feels like you're being punished for making healthy choices. But you have to understand that these healthier choices in the long run is what's going to give you the life that you say that you want. It's going to give you the experiences that you say that you want. People say all the time, oh, I want to travel more. I want to work out more. I want to, really live my life to the fullest. I want to treat every day YOLO. I want to treat every day like it's my last day. People say these things all the time and then get up and do the same thing they did yesterday. So every day you have a choice to decide if you're going to allow those negative feelings to dictate how you show up for yourself in that moment on that day and how you engage with those around you. Because again, you can say all day long, well, I don't like the gossip. But then as soon as somebody got some good tea, you on the phone listening, or you in your messages listening, or you on the gram 5 pages deep looking at that man, granddaddy, uncle, auntie page. You have to make the decision because it's hard. Both sides are hard. It's hard to leave people behind that you thought were going to be with you forever. It's hard to leave them behind because it feels like you're betraying the people that are around you. It feels like you're not being loyal, but you have to start accepting the fact that being loyal to yourself is more important than anything else. Being loyal to yourself, because the moment that you decide your loyalty to someone else supersedes your loyalty to yourself, you done fell in a trap. You done fell into a trap. I know, right? You done fell into a trap. And what that trap looks like is that you're going to be giving up so many things for yourself in order to make someone else happy. Whether that be your friends, your parents, your kids, your job, your romantic relationships, like your loyalty to yourself should come first. So if it's ever a question, you or them, it should always be you. It should always be you. And that can be a hard decision to make because a lot of people are givers. A lot of people are service minded, service oriented. A lot of people are treating people how they want to be treated, not realizing that no one else is treating them that way. They're just giving and giving and giving. So your loyalty has to be with you first. It has to be with where your needs are, where your wants are. And then everything else has to fall in place. As a society, we're taught that being selfish and being self-centered and being about self is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Y'all know that my mission at Premier Personal Growth Firm is that I am building up the individual for the collective. If as an individual you don't know how to take care of yourself, you don't know how to prioritize yourself, you're not going to be that beneficial to the collective. Because you could have the biggest, the greatest, the most amazing skill set there is. Once you burn out, the collective is no longer able to benefit from that skill set. And once you burn out, there is no self-care. I talk about this all the time. Self-care is to avoid burnout. Once you have burned out, you have to repair. There is no, oh, I burned out, let me go take a bubble bath. Oh, I burned out, let me go get a massage. Oh, I burned out, let me go take a jog. Oh, I burned out, let me go take a nap. Once you're burned out, it's going to take weeks. It's going to take months and to recoup, to repair. You're going to need days off of work. If it's really bad, you're going to need weeks off of work. So you are only as good to the collective and to the community as you are to yourself. So that even full circle brings it back to the whole point of, if the people around you aren't leveling up in the way that you are and you're feeling isolated because of that, you're not going to be that beneficial to them at your level. Because y'all not going to have the same conversations. They're not going to have the needs and wants that your skill set would be able to provide. Because their needs and wants are focused on drama, are focused on gossip, are focused on just unimportant conversations. Celebrity gossip. What the Real Housewives doing. So, but if you're someone who, you love technology, you love taking shit apart, putting it together, you love how the brain works, you love studying personal development and professional development, you love studying, you love anime, like you love cartoons, like the things that you love and the things that you can provide your expertise and your knowledge and your like fulfillment and your passion and what you're fiery about is not going to be beneficial to these people. So you might as well accept the fact that y'all are not aligned and move on. Because what's going to happen is you're going to find groups of people who love anime the way that you do, and you're going to be able to introduce them to new anime and introduce them to like perspectives about anime that they have never thought about before, and vice versa. You're going to find people who love building Legos. That's like my favorite I'm not into that, but that's my favorite TikTok trend right now, is the women and men showing their Lego collection. Because it was some people that popped out with that who I would have never thought was playing with Legos. So it's like, you're going to find people that are interested and passionate about the things that you're passionate about. So that way, one, when you're in the rooms with these people, you can stop dimming your light. Because when you're leveling up and the people around you are not, you won't have no choice but to dim your light. Because you have all these good things to say and they don't. And so it literally just like puts out all your good. You can have like the best news, but then here come old girl with her super dramatic life and all the wildness in her dramatic life, because she's always on some other shit. Here she come with her hot mess right after you just gave all this good news. And it's kind of like everybody in the group is hype about this drama, but nobody in the group was really, was, oh, congrats, proud of you, But as soon as she tell y'all about the 2-3 men she's sleeping with, here come all the excitement, here come all the passion, here come all the fire. So you have to find your groups, and you have to be okay with moving away from the groups that don't align with you anymore. You have to be okay with that. It's gonna feel lonely. It's gonna feel hard to do, but you can do hard shit. You can do hard shit. You do hard shit every day. You get up every morning. You take care of them kids. You get up every morning, you go to work. You get up every morning, you sit in that goddamn traffic. You do hard stuff every day, all day. You can do it. You can do it. And I want to thank y'all for joining me on this Balanced Millennial Monday. I am here every Monday at 9 p.m. and we are going to continue our conversations talking about the collective and talking about community because, again, my mission at Premier Personal Growth Firm is to build up the individual, get the individual out of survival mode so that way you can show up for your collective and your community as your full self, as your higher self, as your best self. Thank y'all again for joining me. I will be back again next Monday to continue our chat. If you ever have any topic suggestions, any things you specifically want us to talk about on Balanced Millennial Monday, please just send me a DM, drop a comment on the post, and I got you. And I will see y'all next Monday at 9 p.m. You're welcome, Erica.